Hello and welcome to the program. This is a special May edition of Insight, and my name is Chimamanda Obalim. Also with me is Abdul Adamu Abdullahi.
Thank you for joining us on this special Children's Day edition, which promises to be interesting. This episode will focus on the future and prospects of Nigerian children, as well as how families and the society can join hands in creating a better environment for their upbringing.
Of course, there will also be other issues on the program, and Mr. Nnamdi and his regular co-presenter, Ms. Elizabeth, will tell us more about that.
Thank you, Chimamanda and Abdul. Thank you both for making our jobs easier. Of course, aside the conversation on Nigerian children, we'd also focus on May 29, but not necessarily as a political transition date, but going beyond that symbolism to reflect the transition from politics to governance for elected leaders in the country. And you, Elizabeth?
Of course, still on our plate is the use of words. Words are important to our work life, family life, and social life. So in bridging the walls of peace, what are the functions of words? That is still on our plate.
Very well then, let's get the program started.
Whatever the issues are,
the National Assembly is constitutionally empowered to scrutinize,
however complex or intricate.
We have involved all the academia, the members of the academia. We have involved the academies.
Be it government policies or in fact any issue of public concern.
Our job is to help you gain clarity and make sense of it all.
This is not really healthy for our democracy.
There's a lot of grievance in terms of who has been in power longest and who becomes the governor of the state.
It's also in the quality of food being consumed.
After all, perception is insight.
And gaining understanding is also getting insight.
On May 27 every year, Nigeria commemorates the Children's Day as a reminder of the value and excitement of young age, as well as why society needs to protect their rights. In many cases, students and pupils are given the day off school to celebrate the day, though it isn't necessarily a public holiday. Now, on Insight, we will definitely be celebrating with the children, as I have a couple of them here with me in the studio. If I would just ask, there they are. I think it's best to begin with the introductions, just so I don't miss your names. Maybe we should start with Chimamanda and then move on to Abdul. You just tell us your names and then your age, one after the other. Okay? Chimamanda, begin, please.
My name is Obalim Chimamanda, and I'm 12 years old.
My name is Abdul Adamu Abdullahi, and I'm 10 years old. My name is Obalim Kosisochuku, and I'm 11 years old.
Zara?
My name is Zara Adamu Abdullahi, and I'm 8 years old.
My name is Deborah Insike, and I'm 9 years old.
Okay.
My name is Obinia Chukudile, and I am 11 years old.
Fantastic. It's great to meet you all. And happy Children's Day celebration to each and every one of you. Welcome to the NTA and welcome to Insight. Guys, I think we'll begin with Obi, since Obi already has the mic. Obi, perhaps would begin by, talking about school. What's the most exciting thing about school for you?
For me, the most exciting thing about school is going for sports, burning out calories, and meeting with friends.
Okay, going to sports. What's your best sport or sporting activity?
My best sporting activity is football, because I score many goals.
Who's your best footballer?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Why did I suspect you were going to say Ronaldo? You don't like Messi at all?
Yes and no.
You said?
I said yes and no.
Okay, great. Okay, please give the mic to Deborah. Deborah, tell us the most exciting thing about school for you.
The most exciting thing of going to school is when you wake up in the morning and you have somewhere to go. You meet your friends at school and you wait for your teacher to teach you. Sometimes it might be your favorite subject.
Deborah, I suspect you have plenty of friends. What's the name of your best friend in school?
Maya.
Maya. Such a lovely name. Does she look as pretty and beautiful like you do?
Yes.
Is she also smart and brilliant like you are?
Yes.
Fantastic, great. So we'll go to Zara. Great. Tell us now, what's the most exciting thing about school for you? Your friends as well?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us.
First of all, I like to go meet my friends and learn some topics.
Did you say Mr. Biggs?
No.
Okay, say again so we can hear you.
I said I like to go to school, meet my friends, and learn some topics.
Now I hear you. You guys seem to have like your friends a lot. I hope they like you just as much as you like them.
Yes.
Let's go behind you, Zara, and then talk to Kosi. Kosi, what's the most exciting thing about school?
The most exciting thing about going to school for me is we engage in some topics, we meet new friends, and I love going for sports. And there's a club called Reading Club, which I attend every Thursday.
Nice. What books do you go there to read? Or rather, maybe I should paraphrase this question. What are your favorite books? What genre are your favorite books? Are they comedy? Are they, just tell us what are some of the interesting books you've read recently? Can you mention one? Kosi? You can't remember the last one you read? Okay, great, fantastic. But I noticed something about the four of you who have all spoken now. You mentioned friends. And like I said earlier, I'm hoping that, of course, your friends would like you just as much as you like them, and you're mentioning and talking about them. Abdul Jalad, before we talk about what's most interesting about school with you, tell me, just maybe reel out the names of a few of your friends, maybe not just in school, but around your neighborhood as well. Maybe I would ask you to mention your 3 favorite friends around your neighborhood. Would you do that for us?
Yeah.
Abdul Jalad?
Ahmed.
Okay, Mohammed is your closest friend, number 1.
Khalil.
Okay, and who is the third?
Ismail.
Ismail, nice. So now tell us about school and what's most exciting about school for you.
The most exciting thing about school for me is learning, education. Without education, we don't have a future.
That's fantastic. And that's so...
Without education, we can't become someone in future. Education is the key to success.
And I can't but agree more with you there, Abdul Jalad. Education is key, and that is why it's enshrined in the Children's Act, Children's Rights Act, that every child in Nigeria is entitled and guaranteed education to a certain level, and that's so true. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Chimamanda, we would talk about education, but shortly before we do that, why don't you just tell us about school and what's exciting for you about school?
Okay, what's exciting about school for me is the fact that I go for clubs, sports, and meet new friends.
Okay.
And learn new topics, new things in school. I learned really a lot of things from going to school.
Okay, so you've just mentioned sports here, but I don't think football would be like Obi there. I don't think your favorite sport is football, is it? Which is your favorite sporting activity?
Volleyball.
Volleyball! Okay, So that's nice. So we've got a footballer in the house and someone else who does like volleyball. That's lovely. Chimamanda, we'll stay with you since we're on the subject of education already, and you've talked about the exciting things that you like, as far as schooling is concerned. Why don't you just tell us again about your favorite subjects and why these subjects or subjects are your favorite?
Okay, my favorite subject is mathematics. In our everyday life, we use maths to calculate. For example, maybe I'm asked to share something for me and my siblings. Without the help of mathematics, I don't know how to do that evenly, to share it for all of us to be equal. So with the help of maths, we can be able to do things equally.
That's true. But do you need maths to share like meats, for instance, or biscuits? Do you apply, what formula do you apply when you want to share like biscuits among your siblings? Do you use board mass or you just use common sense, right? Don't mind me, I was just teasing you there. Let's go to Abdul-Jalal. Abdul-Jalal, why don't you tell us about your favorite subjects in school and why if it's one, why it is, if it's more than one, why they are your favorite subjects.
My favorite subject is mathematics. I like it because I can solve questions and answer equations.
Nice. We've got another mathematician in the house. It's good to know that our children are beginning to appreciate the imperatives for learning maths and to understand the applicability of mathematics as well in everyday life. And that's quite interesting. Kosi, how about you? Is maths by chance your favorite subject?
Yes, maths and English.
Woo, okay. Maths in addition to English, why?
First of all, I love English because it helps me know how to speak well, and I love maths because I can solve equations and different things too.
Okay, that's also fantastic. Maths and English, and that's nice. Zara, yes. Now we're back to you, Zara. I hope this time that you project and you speak out loudly so that our viewer at home would hear you. Tell us, which is your most favorite, or which is your favorite subject, or most favorite, if I should say that. Is it one, or do you have a couple of subjects that you actually do like and that form your favorite, and why do you like them?
My favorite subject is mathematics.
Ooh, we've got another mathematician there. Why? Tell us.
I love mathematics because I love to solve equations. Even though some people hate maths, I love it.
Fantastic. So you're not scared when the maths teacher comes to class, your heart does not start beating quickly and you don't fidget or fear for anything as far as maths is concerned?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's good to know, Zara. That's good to know. Okay, so let's go to Deborah, and let's also hope here that Deborah would like maths and maybe any other subject for that matter. Deborah, do you by chance like maths as well? Can you hold on to the mic properly, Deborah? Yes, fantastic. That's great. Go ahead. Tell us what's your favorite subject.
English and basic science.
English and basic science. Fantastic. Now we've got a different shift from whatever. Deborah, tell me why you like basic science.
Because I learned like creatures and other things.
That's fantastic and quite interesting to know. Let me just jump over to Obi there very quickly. Obi, do you also like basic science, or perhaps it's some other subjects that is your favorite?
I enjoy math and science. Math because I enjoy a lot of mental calculations, and for science it is because it's intriguing and it tells me more about the world.
Fantastic. And I like how you use the big word there, intriguing. I mean, that's a big word. Does that mean you also like English, perhaps, in addition to science and math? Maybe just some sprinkle of English there. I want to suspect that you play Scrabble as well.
I play a lot of Scrabble.
Fantastic. Why did I suspect and I guessed right? That's good to know. I mean, I like that you all have talked about the subjects that you like, whether it's math, it's English, it's science, it's basic science. I mean, these are all key for education, and as you grow, all of these subjects have relevance to, to molding you into what you'll be in future. And if you're watching there, I'd quickly like to point out here that, these are children here in the studio who have the opportunity to, to gain access to education, quality education for that matter. But we know that the United Nations Children Emergency Fund, UNESCO, in 2023 estimated that the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria stands at, a little above 20 million. Fortunately, the kids, like I said, the kids here, are enjoying their right to education, and rightly so. So I'll continue the conversation. I think we stopped with Obi. So we'll continue with Obi there. And Obi, I'd like for you to tell us, how you feel about what I just said, about children, like you, who do not go to school for one reason or the other. Maybe some of them, maybe even some of them are probably maybe the same age as you are, and yet they lack access to formal education. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very bad. It makes me feel bad, especially for those who cannot go to school because of either financial issues or health issues. Like I'm at school and some others are at home feeling lonely because they are not going to school.
That's quite sad. I'm sure that's quite sad for you, and it's quite worrisome. But the government is listening. There are also parents out there whose children are out of school, who are supposed to be in school, who are watching you right now, and I want to hope that they will take a cue from watching you, Obi, speak directly to them. Deborah, do you want to say something about children not in school, who are supposed to be in school?
Yes.
Please go ahead then.
I feel sad for those children who doesn't go to school because everybody need education for the future.
True. So true. Everybody needs some form of education for the future. Of course, the emphasis on formal education means you have to go to class and, engage or get involved in some of the subjects that you kids have mentioned earlier. But, formal education is quite key to a child's development. We would like to use this opportunity once again to encourage governments all across the country and encourage parents, who have not made this happen for their kids, to take advantage of, the opportunities being presented by governments all over the country. Education is mostly free. Primary school education, for that matter, is mostly free in Nigeria up to, I think, junior high. And I think parents should take advantage of that. Let me quickly come over to you, Zara. What do you think about some of what Obi and Deborah have talked about children not being in school and how sad they are? Are you just as sad as they are?
No, I feel bad for them because every child has to get education.
That is so true. Every child needs to get education, and that's why we're doing what we're doing here. On this episode of Insight, to draw, attention to the fact that, look, you and the others here will probably not have gotten the opportunity to be here today, but for education, but for the advantage you've had in going to a class, to sit down and listen to your teachers and being able to speak, just as clearly and, as you're doing here, Zara. Thank you so much. Let's take the microphone and hand over to Kosi there. Kosi, yes, great. You've heard your friends here talk about some children who do not have access to formal education like you have. How does that make you feel as well?
Makes me feel sad.
Okay?
Because every child in life needs education. And without education, we might not be something good in future.
True. To a large extent, you need some form of education to make you focus, your mind focus, and give you a sense of direction somewhat. Let me quickly go to Abdul-Jalad there. Abdul-Jalad, yes, great. Now it's your turn. Tell us how you feel.
I feel sad.
Okay?
Children our age don't go to school. While we're in school, they are on the street hawking and selling to look for what they'll even eat.
Abdul-Jalad just brought up an issue here, and I mean, this is quite germane. He has just referenced child labor. We also know that instead of sending their children to school, some parents, would rather send these children to go hawking on the streets at the time when their mates, are in school, so that we have children of school age outside of school hawking on the streets and engaging in commercial activities on the bequest of their parents. And this is something that is quite sad, and this is something that the government is also aware of, and there are laws in place to stop such practices. Chimamanda, others have spoken quite, well on this issue. I would like to hear your position as well. How do you feel about children of school age? Abdul-Jalad just talked about some children who are supposed to be in school, but you see them on the streets hawking and selling wares for their parents when their mates are in school. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel unhappy. Children who are supposed to go to school end up being on the road because of financial issues. And for me, I'm very grateful for going to school. But the thing that pains me most is the fact that other children who are opportune to go to school, just don't make use of it the right way. Meanwhile, those that are on the road that really needs it, they don't have the opportunity. Why those that have the opportunity misuse it?
I mean, I cannot believe that's coming from a 13-year-old, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, this is quite profound and deep thinking. And 12, sorry, I stand corrected. Chimamanda is actually 12 and not 13. I'm sorry about that. But, I mean, she could just have passed for someone who is 18. I mean, I haven't spoken so maturely and I haven't spoken so well. I'd like to thank you all for your thoughts on this issue of children of school age who are out of school. I think you guys have all, said something quite profound, and I hope that parents and I hope that the government and other stakeholders are listening and hearing you talk. So, guys, let's do something now. I know most of you already realize that your parents and families are responsible for nurturing you. But then, do you think that even as children, that you can make their jobs, that's the jobs of your parents, much easier with nurturing you? Chimamanda?
Yes.
How can you make that happen?
Okay. When you are able to be good in your studies, you can get scholarship and your parents don't have to pay for your school fees. Instead, use it for other needs at home or at your office job.
That's fantastic. Making your parents proud academically and, reducing the weight and the load, on them. That can help. Chimamanda, I would take this and take to my children at home and tell them you said they should do this every time and it will lessen the load on me. Thank you so much. Abdul-Jalad, what do you have to add to what Chimamanda said?
You should be good in school. Always do your homework. Don't look for trouble so that they won't call your parents for meeting in school.
Fantastic. To be well behaved. And this is also key. Another good one coming from Abdul-Jalad there. Kosi, do you want to add to this conversation?
Yes.
Yes. Please go ahead.
So, to make our parents' job easier, we have to do well in school, not by not playing too much. like they said, there's time for everything.
True.
So we should make our time to study and make our parents proud.
Fantastic. And I'm happy these are all coming from children. Zara, what do you have to say? Quickly.
Children should help their parents by behaving well, study, and listen to their teachers.
Fantastic. You behave well, you study, and you listen to your teachers. Deborah?
Yes.
Please go ahead and tell us how you think you can help your parents as well.
I can help my parents by studying in school so that I can have a better grade and I'll make them proud and happy.
Fantastic. And then lastly, Obi, tell us, you know how much your parents have invested in nurturing you, sending you to school, taking you to church, making you sometimes hang out with your friends at the park, making you go visit families, cousins, and all of that. All of this is part of the nurturing. How can you, Obi, make their job easier and make them proud?
For example, my school fees is very much, it's outrageous. So when I go to school, I can work very hard to get good grades so that my parents know that their paying of school fees is not in vain. And I can help them also by obeying them promptly and respecting and honoring them.
Like the Bible says, honor your parents. Honor your parents at all times and your days will be long. Guys, I want to thank you so much. But you know what? Before I let you go, we're celebrating Nigerian children. Why don't you just take messages to other Nigerian children from each of you? We'll start with Obi, who already has the microphone, and then Obi, you pass the mic to Deborah. Deborah, you say your message, on Children's Day, and then, you pass to Zara. Let's begin with Obi.
To family and parents is
yes.
I'm going to make reference to the Bible. In the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
True.
So parents, please train us up in the way we should go. When we need to be commended, please commend us, and when we need to be flogged, please flog us.
Great message. Fantastic message. What's your message, Deborah? Do you want to say hello to any of your friends out there watching you right now on TV?
Yes.
Okay, so give a shout out quickly.
I want to tell a message to all the parents watching that everybody needs their own understanding. That the parents to listen to their child when they need to, and they should punish them when they need to.
Very well. Thank you so much. Parents, I hope you're watching and you're listening to Deborah. Zara, very quickly, your message?
My message is I want every child in Nigeria to listen to their parents, obey their teachers, and follow their dreams.
Fantastic. And then Kosi behind. Kosi, quickly, your message?
My message to children and parents is that children should obey their parents, because it's when they obey their parents, their parents will love them. And parents should try and listen to their children when they need to, because some children may have, when they do something bad, they might want to say something. So some parents should take their time and listen to their children very well to understand things.
Very true. Always listen to your children. And that's a very germane point there. Kosi, thank you so much. Let's quickly take Abdul real quick. Abdul, what's your message to Nigerian children and to parents as well?
Listen to your parents, and parents listen to your children.
Great, fantastic. Would you quickly hand over the phone to Chimamanda? Chimamanda, finally we're taking the last message from you, your message to Nigerian children and to parents and even the government and those watching.
Okay, happy Children's Day to every child in the world and in Nigeria. Parents should make out time to know what their children needs at any time, because maybe the child might be afraid to talk to the parents. So the parents should make out time to call their children, advise them in everything they should do, because it's going to help them in the future. And to the government, we really appreciate what you've done, but we know you can try harder for children to be able to go to school.
Beautiful, beautiful there. Guys, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming on my program. It actually started with Chimamanda and Abdul launching the program, but I mean, it's been a fascinating, exciting, interesting. I don't think we've spent half hour, but I mean, for the amount of time we've spent, I have had real fun, and it's also been quite insightful listening to each and every one of you talk about some of these issues. I mean, quite germane issues. I'd like to thank you so much for coming on the program. Would any of you be willing to help me sign off this segment of the program? Anyone? Do you want to sign off? Chimamanda, do you want to do that? Do you want to end the program? Does anyone want to end the program for us? Okay, Zara wants to end the program. Please give her the microphone. So Zara, end the program for us. Quickly. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. Okay, you're saying thank you so much for watching. See you again next time. Thank you so much, Zara. Thank you. And guys, congratulations on the Children's Day. And thank you so much for coming on the program. Say bye to your friends at home. Bye.